Hi everybody. Well, today I am sharing some Amazon problem solvers with you, and these are just things around the house that have totally solved problems that I was having. And I thought, you know what? You guys maybe need these too. Some of these I've talked about, some of them are completely brand new. So let's jump in. I would say the first thing that I am really excited about that has totally helped me out is I got a new Lazy Susan under my bathroom sink. For years, I just had a flat one with all of my hair products, and some of them are tall, some are short. And, as you spin it, some of them might fall over or get caught on something, and it just wasn't working. So I decided to get a new one with some dividers. I think I'd actually seen this one a while back and thought, you know what, that would be great for beauty products, hair products. It has been a total game changer and solved the problem of things falling over. It's also great because I can put them in different compartments, like, these are hairsprays, or these are texturizing sprays, or this I do on damp hair. I just love it. It's absolutely helped me out so much. Obviously, you could use it in the kitchen for oils and sprays and condiments. Would be great in the refrigerator for something like that. I don't really need that the way our refrigerator is laid out, but it has totally helped me with my hair products. I have way too many, and they were always like falling down, or when I'd reach over to get something, something falls. So this has been a total game changer. It's totally helped me out. So the next thing is actually in my husband's car, and I had taken a little video when we first put them in, but he said they have really helped. He has a BMW, and it's like an M Sport. The series is like, I don't know, the leather is a little bit stiffer, and it's all black interior, so it gets really hot. So I always notice, like, when he comes home from work and stuff, like the back of his shirt's super wrinkly and hot because it doesn't have cooled seats. So I decided to look up something on Amazon to see if there were any kind of like seat protectors that may help. And sure enough, we found some, and they come in an array of colors. So if you have like lighter interior, there's some with like really pretty like diamond patterns and stuff like that on it. His actually matches the interior of his car because it has like some silver like carbon fiber looking things in it, being the sport model. So we got the black and the silver. We just tried one on the driver's seat for like a week to see if he liked it, because I had been riding in it more too, because most of the time we take mine, which I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and the leather's super soft, and I have cooled seats and all that, and you really get used to that. So then when you get in and out of his car, I'm like, God, these seats are so stiff and all that, because obviously that's what it's meant for. So it has totally helped, he said. Not only are they definitely cooler, and they add a little bit of padding. I notice when I'm riding in it now, it definitely has a little bit more comfort. I feel like you still get the feel of the sport seats. It's not totally taking that away, but the main thing, we live in the South. The car sits out at work in a parking lot all day, again, it being black, so it really helps with the heat. The next thing are these little paint touch-up pens. So we got our cabinets in the kitchen painted probably about like 8 or 9 years ago, and they are a light color. It's actually Benjamin Moore White Dove. Because it's just the two of us, we've really not had any problem with like chipping or kids, animals, anything like that. But after a while, they do get a few little marks on some of the drawers, especially like, where you're putting silverware in or grabbing them. Just a little bit, so you can see the original wood underneath. So I found these touch-up pens. This one comes in a set of 3. I actually have the paint in this one, as you can see, and I just labeled it White Dove, so I would know. But if you need them for any other like baseboards, that would be perfect. Often before, I would use like maybe a Q-tip or something if it was just one little spot, but we had painted our master bathroom cabinets the same color too a couple of years ago, and they actually started chipping a little bit quicker than the kitchen did. So anyway, these have been great, and they come with this little syringe, which you're only supposed to use one time. So there's 3 syringes and 3 paint pens. So you just literally, open the can of paint, suck up the paint in here, and it was so easy to put it in the pen, and then off you go. And it's got like a little brush tip applicator. Exactly what I was looking for, and helped with all those little problem nicks we were starting to get in the cabinet. So this is one of those where if you just have your soap and things like that up on the counter by the kitchen sink or any bathroom, because this came in a set of 2 and I actually have one in a guest bathroom. Every time, you're going to wash your hands or get soap, then there's a bunch of water down there. So I got these caddies, and they are specifically a kind of material that the water absorbs, almost like a soapstone or like, a stone coaster. It's like that material. So when you put your soap up there or water drips down, it's not making a big watery mess everywhere. And then I can actually lay my sponge up there to dry as well. Again, I put one of these in our guest bathroom just because I had an extra and I really didn't need it in any other bathrooms the way the sink was laid out. And I thought, well, it looks pretty. I will just put some soap here and some Q-tips and things and have it be part of the bathroom. All right, my Nespresso pod organizer. I love this thing. Before, I just had all the different pods and flavors and even the variety pack it came with. I just all had them in this top drawer and it was a mess. And what drove me crazy is I use one specific flavor more than the others, and it would then run out quicker because I couldn't tell necessarily how many I had. Sure, they're a different color, and I would try to keep them organized, but I thought, you know what, there has got to be a better way. The organization freak in me loves this so much because you just like stack them by color. So now I have them by type, by color. So if like I have flavors on one side and then in the middle is the main one I use, and I can easily see then how many I have left so that I need to replenish. They magnetize together so they stay put, so you could buy as many as you need. And then it just keeps the drawer looking so neat so that the pods aren't all over the place. And I find it almost seems like I can put more in it this way because they're stacked more vertically. All right, this warming pad. I bought this back in, I guess it would have been earlier in the year. We hosted a little dinner get together. It first made me think of it around Thanksgiving. We thought we were going to have company for Thanksgiving and I wanted to have something to keep, you know, more like a buffet line. Usually it's just my husband and I for Thanksgiving, but have more of a buffet line and keep items from the oven warm. This is the perfect size for the 2 casserole dishes. If you had smaller ones, you can rearrange them that way as well. It looks pretty. It's basically just a heating mat. You plug it in, it keeps your dishes warm, but it looks nice too. So if you are somebody that hosts a lot or definitely, you know, has that buffet set up a lot, this way, you know, your problem is solved of keeping dishes hot. You could just place them on the mat, set the temperature what you want, and it keeps everything how it's supposed to. All right, the faux flowers. This totally solved a problem of having dead flowers and wasting a ton of money. We live here in the South, and the way our yard and stuff is set up, it's like I can keep flowers in certain parts of the yard and other parts only a few months, and then into the summer, they're kaput, especially if the rain is off and on, like they get a ton of rain, then they don't, and it just seems like that messes up how much water they're getting, and I felt like I was always wasting money. I had shared these faux flowers with you all, I guess sometime last year whenever I purchased them. I have some spring summer colors, and then I bought new fall ones last year for the first time. I've even bought a hanging basket this year, shared them with everybody I know. Definitely if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen them. So they have totally solved the problem of the dead flowers and saved me money because I can reuse them then. So I'm looking forward to having the fall ones out soon. I actually just ordered another set that has like a little bit different colors in them, so I will list those for you as well. But if you are like me and have problems, maybe you just don't have a green thumb, maybe you travel a lot and don't have to worry about, you know, watering your flowers, these faux flowers are great. I think I have shared this lunch meat and cheese food saver kind of storage. And what I like about it is I definitely feel like it saves money because you're not throwing out the lunch meat and cheese that you ended up not using in the regular containers. I definitely feel like it lasts longer. And we go through stages of buying lunch meat, and what I'll even often do is purchase the turkey breast from Costco, and I cut it in half, freeze half of it, and then slice the other half for lunch meat. And then when we need the other half, I get that out and then thaw it. But I do find specifically, you know, with lunch meat and definitely certain cheeses, you know, stay longer than others. It keeps it longer, fresher, longer. And that way I'm not wasting money throwing something out when we didn't eat it. Love this. I can't remember if I had talked about this flying insect trap before, but we love this. We bought this last summer, I guess, at some point, because in the summertime, it just seems like, especially, you know, you're in, you're out more, you're grilling, there's bound to be things come in. But gnats, especially if you have like fresh fruit and things like that in the summertime, we were just finding more gnats in the summer. It's not necessarily a thing in the winter that we have a problem with. So we bought this insect trap. I'd seen it, all over the internet. They have them in almost like every store now, and it emits this blue light and it attracts the bugs. And it's so satisfying to see what bugs are trapped in this thing, especially the gnats. We rarely see any now. I mean, if we do, it's maybe one day like that, and then the next day they're probably in the trap. So I highly recommend this. All right, this shoe organizer. I have definitely mentioned these before, but they have been a complete game changer for my sneaker obsession because they were all over the floor. I have all my other shoes, flats, heels, all that on a bookcase in my closet, and then kind of more seasonal shoes I will put in these clear drawers that I've shared as well. Love those. But I found more for sneakers. I really like these. Now, I do use them on the bookcase for a few other shoes as well. I like that they're adjustable. So whether you have a tall shoe or a lower profile shoe, you can adjust them for that, but it just makes more room for more shoes. So for me, I love them for the sneakers especially, but my husband even uses them for a few because he has more narrow space for shoes. They do come in other colors. I was tired of waiting for the clear to come back in stock when I ordered these, so I got the white, but it comes with a ton. You could use them, in different rooms, but it totally solves the problems of shoes all over the place, stacks them up neater, and you have more room. All right, the stainless ice bucket. I cannot remember if I shared this with you. So every year we host a Masters theme party, and usually a couple other times a year we're hosting friends over. And I always got creative with what I would put drinks in and so forth, but after a while it makes a mess on the countertop or the table or wherever, even if you put something under it. I've tried all kind of things over the years. I finally decided to just buy an insulated ice bucket. I got this one from Amazon, and it was comparable to some that cost like twice the price. So this is a really good deal. It worked beautifully. No sweat, no anything. Your ice stayed, fresh in it. It was fantastic. I don't know what size this one is, but I will link the exact one. It may come either in a smaller or larger size too, but this one is really good. Once you start putting some drinks in it, it fills up pretty quick, but I thought it was the perfect size. I absolutely love it. Totally solved the problem of a wet countertop when you're hosting. All right, I don't know about you all, but I don't like dusting. That's always been my least favorite chore and always the one I had to do as a kid. Maybe that's why I don't like it. I have Swiffer dusters and other things I've tried, but this specifically was for a ceiling fan. And I don't know, I saw it randomly on the internet somewhere. I don't know if it was like a YouTube video or on Instagram, but I thought, oh my gosh, I need that. What I like about it, it solves the problem of the Swiffer not really getting the dust off the fan. This, the way it wraps around the fan blade, it totally gets the dust off better, because I don't feel like a Swiffer is that great for a ceiling fan, because it's like the dust can get thicker sometimes depending on how often you dust the ceiling fan. So I like that. What I also like, it kind of solves the problem of we have really high ceilings. I don't know if you can tell, but we have really high ceilings in our house. So trying to dust the crown molding is sometimes difficult. And this, the way it expands and that fluffy top of it just gets crown molding so good. And you can get in the corners, little cobwebs, in the fall of the year, you can get those easily. But it actually makes like dusting ceiling fans like not a chore. It makes it easier, so you're more likely then to do it. I just love this thing. You can also use it on your baseboards too. So I definitely feel like it solves the problem of one, then I'll actually want to dust because it makes it easy, and it actually gets the fan cleaner than anything else I've seen. I think this was last year during maybe Black Friday. It was some kind of Amazon sale where I decided to get this walking pad. And certain times of the year, it just seems like it's impossible to get a walk-in. My husband and I like to walk every day. And of course, if it's cold or raining or some kind of weather, but you still feel like you need to walk, I don't like to go too many days in a row without getting a walk-in. So this walking pad has totally solved that problem of not being able to go outside due to weather, but I can still get a walk in. Now, this one does not incline or anything like that. It actually is very sleek, so you could fold it up and put under a bed or somewhere if you didn't want to see it. I just leave it in my office because I'll get on it for a few minutes and just walk out some steps. I have it under my desk, so it'd also be a great one if you wanted to work and walk. It's great for that. I have really enjoyed having this on those days where you really want to get outside but can't. it has come in so handy. All right, so those are my Amazon problem solvers. Hopefully they will solve some problems for you all as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.